Hello, everybody. Creeping Creeper 22 here with a very different kind of video, reaction video, kind of. So we're in a theory craft. So I'm gonna call this more of a theory crafting video. We're gonna watch a series called Vita Carnis, that you can see down here, doing a link, and we're gonna react to it, and we're gonna theory craft a little bit. I did get like up to right here, and I realized I wasn't recording, so I got to kind of restart. So we're gonna go through it kind of bit by bit. Let's see. Warning: this video talks about and shows imagery of graphic content like gore, flashing lights, violence, death, and viewer discretion is advised. I might kind of push through this part a little quick. I'm trying not to though. What this says is simply we're not supposed to be watching this. To put it very, very simply, what we're about to watch is only meant for very, very, very specific people. And 9 times out of 10, we're not going to be that person, I'll be honest with you. So we really shouldn't be seeing this, but somehow, some way, we got a hold of it to where we're watching it now.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments.
Of course, I said before,
From
deep in the ocean,
to lush forests,
where the pressure would literally crush us into
Earth
a
has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself.
Blood.
Only until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance.
Literally just flesh meatballs, dude. Like, looking, I said this before, I say, what is that? Like, I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks.
That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life.
Once again, dude, imagine just like there's a group of scientists that work for the National Living Meat Research. Like, you know how much I'd be like, what does that even mean? I'm scared. If you told me you worked at the Living Meat Research area, I'm scared.
Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. We're gonna put all this information to a coherent thing. They, according to this video, which reminder we're not supposed to be seeing, they are of Earth descent, which means they didn't come from anywhere else except for they've always been here, but they did not start showing up until 1930, and then they just boop, we're now here. We are living meat that is now here. What up?
What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today.
Of course.
But here is what we do know.
Okay.
These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. So, just imagine a zebra, take that skin off, you got one of these. Basically, think of a mouse, yoink that skin off real quick, you got one of these. But it's still alive. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis. The Carnis species
Why is music in the background, man?
Organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives.
Okay. So they're made of muscle, organ, and bones, no skin. Once again, so mammal without the skin. And they look like raw meat, which is so gross. And they eat organic material, mainly flesh of other animals. Let's realize they're not saying dead animals. Just pointing that out. But for some, they will not eat their own kind. Kind of weird.
They only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first.
And they only show up where there's crawl. Interesting.
The crawl. The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi.
Okay. I'm gonna let it play, but there's something interesting. Hold up. Okay, right here. I want to go right here. Sorry. I need to get better at letting the video, like figuring out good spots to pause it. So excuse me, 'cause I know he was just talking, so I'll probably go back a little bit to make sure we hear everything. That does not look like lower intestines. That looks like nerves or blood vessels. So I'm kind of confused when I look at this. I'm like, they said, oh, it's like it looks. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like lower intestines. That looks like nerves or blood vessels more than lower intestines. Just my opinion. All right, let me go back so we can make sure we hear everything I have to say.
Or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings.
Okay.
The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth.
So think about it like roots. They're basically roots that absorb everything that this crawl needs to survive.
The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils.
Wait. Let's take a look at that.
Its root-like tendrils, it absorbs them.
Wait, how are we going? We're going way too far back. Where was it? What the? I'm new at this. I'm sorry.
Organic material
Where is
is
it?
mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces.
Okay. So that's interesting. So this is where they are often. But let's try to remember these names: Artemis, Macarbe, okay, and Anonymous. So each one is a photo of where they can kind of be. What's interesting is the ones on the house. What organic material? What organic material is a crawl that feeds on basically flesh and I guess water, like kind of like a regular plant, but also flesh? What is that getting from being on the side of a house or a side of a rock? A tree I can kind of get a little more, but a side of a house and a rock is kind of, the house is scary because the implications to me. To me, the implication on why there's crawl all over the side of this house. Let's continue though.
Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy.
Right, so literally just like a plant, they
the
got
crawl
roots.
also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis, the dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's
Once again, literally just think of a plant that also will go after meat. Cause I'm pretty sure a regular plant, if it can get its root into meat, it'll like absorb it. But this goes out of its way to find meat also. So I said, think of a plant that is flesh, basically a flesh plant. That's what it sounds like, a flesh plant.
Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here because oh no. Oh, we're still going. Oh my god, thank God. Last time I pressed space and it kept stopping the recording, so we're good actually. If you look right here, it's everywhere. And then you have this weird black area, which is interesting. So we're to keep that in mind for now. I don't know what it means. I really don't. But that's interesting that there's a black area, then watch.
Easily allowing it to spread across the world and can be
That's
found
interesting.
pretty much
That's
anywhere.
interesting. Keep that in mind.
Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused...
Ooh, look. Like, this is an abandoned place. So yeah, like it makes sense. But like, it makes me think like, why, right? Why is it in this abandoned place? Like what I just thought of right now is like, what if there's, I don't know, a dead person in there, and so it grew its tendrils. Since that grew its tendrils, it started, you know what I mean?
Many major changes in
It's kind of crazy,
balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors,
right?
But due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead.
Okay.
The crawl's abundance...
It well integrates into the ecosystem which it's in. It doesn't outcompete anything because I guess it's so bio-nutrient that when pieces of it break off and decompose, it like helps everything.
Grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on
There you
increased
go.
plant
There you go.
population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again.
Okay.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations.
So it well integrates into the ecosystem, and it's interesting that they put it behind plants, which makes sense. Makes sense, because as I said, when one of the things start decomposing, it's very, very nutrient dense, which allow the plants to absorb that nutrient, which makes sure that they will always have nutrients, which they're getting from this. But you also think about, what is this doing to plants? What is this somehow, some way affecting plants that then affects everything else? Maybe this somehow, some way does something to plants that when the bunny eats it, something happens to the bunny, and then when the wolf eats it, something happens to the wolf, and then it's a whole cycle. Just something to keep in mind.
Thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl
that
to
is
our
not a
advantage.
human. That's not a human. Look at them arms.
Because of the supernatural rate of growth.
Oh, whoa.
But its richness in nutrients.
Whoa. What just happened?
Because of the supernatural.
Okay, let's stop right here. So I'm guessing that's all crawl. See, it just makes you wonder, like, what if there is a body in there and we just can't see it? And the only reason why I think of bodies and something decomposing like a human is because that's what they feed off of. Like they specifically talk about how they feed off of meat. Not even decomposing meat, just meat. So it always makes me believe wherever this is, there's some sort of meat that they can feed off of. Can I slow it down? Here. I don't know how to slow it down. If you guys know how to like slow it down and stuff, let me know. I know there's a way here, but let's do this. Radio tower overgrown with crawl. Is that all it says? Okay. So we got somewhere it says a radio tower overgrown with crawl. I don't know what that means, but let's keep that in mind.
But its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic
I don't know if I
farms.
like that.
The crawl is
We don't even
harvested
like real quick. Didn't that humans use this when we have no idea where it came from? Like, would you accept some food where someone's like, here, you want to buy? You're like, what is? And they're like, I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what this is. You're not going to eat the food. Like,
processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
Okay, which makes sense because of how it changes the ecosystem. That's not a human. That is not a human, dude.
But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
I just want to say I don't trust this. What do you mean? It almost sounds like whatever this is trying to convince us to try it. I'm just saying, it's really, really good for you, but because of the way it looks and tastes, no one really likes it yet. Like, I don't like that. It feels like someone's trying to convince you to try it.
The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying.
Oh no.
Sometimes, in a crawl
like a turd.
A node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism and go to live on as an
It's a little meat
independent
bar we've
animal.
seen.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings.
Whoa. I seen that. I gotta learn the controls for doing this. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to read this, but once upon a time, kingdom was, that's all like, okay, I'm gonna check. Wait, let me see. Here we go. Okay, so this is what it says. Once upon a time, there was a distant kingdom. The kingdom was blank king, blank queen, and the prince. The royal family were magical blank. They traveled to land and sea to discover new places to learn what blank. Interesting. Well, that's a little creepy though. How do you see that? Okay. All right, I think that's the end of episode 1. We'll do a couple of these. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, yeah, we can probably get through the whole. Okay. Next part, we'll be learning about the trimming, which is the little piece of poo that fell off of the crawl. So wait, let's debrief here. So 1930, they show up out of nowhere. It is literally just meat. If you like, it is just meat. It's not, I guess it's not even flesh, just meat. The first we learned about is the crawl. Think about it literally like a plant that is made of meat, but somehow, some way, it doesn't affect any ecosystem. Matter of fact, it almost helps every ecosystem flourish, which I do not like. Just say. It's very, very suspicious, the fact that it helps things flourish. Just say. Let's hop in, though. To the trimming, the little, look at that little guy.
Trimmings are small
animals. Oh, that's ugly. That look like me when I was a little baby, dude. That looks like me when I was a little baby. Ugh. I had the 6 arms and everything. Not gonna lie.
That resemble skinned raccoons.
Oh my god. They resemble skinned raccoons. It's crazy.
Plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes. And
plump body.
They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
Whoa. Okay. So, I don't even know what to think about that. Because what this made me think about is, are they really the same species then? When we say that a trimming, like the one on the right, this one, we're going to say that this is the same as this? Because it's not like this is a growing, so it's not like this is a baby one, this is a teen, this is an adult. No. These are both the same, they just look different. But clearly there's more than just looks. Like, you know what I mean? Okay.
One thing they all share in common is that they
large majority body is flesh, of course.
Of course. Of 20 centimeters in length.
So, that's not a dude. I'm sorry, I know I keep pausing on the, what a human looks like that. I want you to real quick stand up, put your arms to the side. Do your arms go to your knees? Wait, I'm about to do it. Hold up. My arms don't go to my knees. My arms don't go to my knees. If your arms go to your knees, you might not be human, dude.
Its life starts with its separation from the crawl.
It literally starts off as a meatball.
And able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able
to so eats everything.
Plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers.
Okay.
Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat.
Just want to point out, they say specifically these are scavengers. I do not think when they were talking about the crawl, they said that they were scavengers. I think all they said is that they feed off of meat and other stuff, but they specified meat, which is very, very interesting. While here they said that these are primarily scavengers. They didn't say the other ones were primarily scavengers. Just saying.
Including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And deceased animals.
These are specifying deceased.
Its appearance is
oh my god. Okay. That is hideous. It's actually just a meatball with the head. It's like a beetle. It looks more like a beetle. Look at them back legs. Ugh.
Unsightly. It is a cowardly creature, only fleeing.
Okay, that's what I point out. The thought of like imagine because clearly it's dark. You see the flashlight, so wherever they are is dark. When you're just walking like an abandoned hospital, you just see that dude in the corner. It's like, like, oh heck no, oh heck no, dude. Oh heck no, I'm good.
Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the
food course. Chain, okay. It is clear that they put it below bunnies because bunnies are herbivores, but you're putting it below bunnies. Interesting. I don't know. That's weird.
Were powered and picked off very regularly by predators. Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case.
God, son of a biscuit. We got another one. I wonder here. I'll still look at those, but mass trimming infestation. So first it was crawl on a radio tower, which is interesting because why is it specifically a radio tower? What does it say? Be like, do you? It would be so hopeful if estimated 400 plus trimmings under a large abandoned satellite dish. The reason? Most like, oh, okay, are unknown as to why this is the case. I can. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, okay, math trimming infestation. Sorry, estimated 400 plus trimmings gathered under a large satellite, abandoned or under a large abandoned satellite. The reason, yeah. Okay, I just want to point out the trimmings. No. The crawl were on a radio tower, which it's radio, so it's a radio, right? So it can, like, you use a radio tower to emit radio. This is a satellite dish which emits something. Both of these things that they're infesting are stuff that emits something, which is interesting. Just pointing that out. I think if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I think I'm on to something. I might not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea. All right.
The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers.
Okay.
Naturally.
So they spawn more than they die. So they don't run out. Once again, it's interesting. There was a black spot here, but it seemed to be cut out because it was like right here. And now it's gone. That's interesting.
Trimmings can be found.
And of course, they're freaking everywhere. Of course.
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
Reaching maturity at 7 months? God.
Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered.
Why is that one smiling? It's like, look at that. He's like, yeah, I got you. I don't like that.
Due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Ew. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Besides all of this, some people still keep.
Are we for real, guys? Like, I know we keep snakes, you know. I know we keep wolves. I know we keep lions. I know we keep alligators. But what is this? What is this? We really got to talk about this, man. Who the freak wants a meat? Who wants living meat? I know everything's living meat, but I know you get what I mean. Who would want a living meat as a pet?
Trimmings as pets and relatively
I bet they stink.
Them. Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers
to
their
full screen it.
Nature, they are truly a thing to behold. The next species on our list is the meat snake.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, we know something's coming up because of the thing, and it normally comes up right here. Knew it. I don't like that. Looks like teeth. Oh, is that a? Oh, it's a ship. Ship? Okay, just looking at this right now. Can this please go away? Please. Please. No. God. Okay. Ooh. What? Okay. We're just gonna act like it's not there. It looks like a storm with a ship and something right here. Storm ship, something right there. I cannot read what that says though, but luckily, if you go down here, not a Lego strip. That is disgusting. Whoever did that, it's what the freak. Okay. During the travel on one of their expeditions, a great storm struck. It was so powerful, it swayed the boat. It swayed the boat probably of the royal family rode and pushed the prince out to sea. Okay, so boat, storm, prince, probably. Prince is now gone. He is about to drown. Interesting. Okay. We're done with this one. Let's hop into the next one, which is a meat snake. Okay. Once again, gore, violence, baked beans. Next up, the meat snake. which is funny. I was
A
in an
meat
S.
snake is a worm-like.
Wow. Already. Look at that mouth. Look how thick that boy. You know, maybe meat snake wasn't the right. Maybe we should call this a meat snake.
Creature made of a variety of types
God
of meat,
dang it.
coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane.
Transparent coating that acts as the brain and nervous system, holds the body together, and contains the preservation fluid to keep the meat and organs from decaying. Right? I'm getting that to decay. But this is the brain and the nerves. So it's not like a brain in here. This is the brain. I don't like that.
Its size varies during its lifespan.
How big can it be, am I
depending on
right?
how much it consumes. When it first separates from the caul, it is only a few
Look at
centimeters in length.
baby. I would smush that thing. Look at them teeth. It's all bloody. Wait, so I wonder if this is literally immediately after it got taken off, or do you think it might always be dripping blood?
Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters.
God
Although,
dang!
under extreme
16
conditions,
feet.
like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this
Whoa.
length.
Okay. You already got another one. Freaking not even a minute in. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Largest meat snake ever discovered. During a sweep of underground sediment made during the war, a massive sized meat snake was discovered stuck inside of an underground railway. I feel like that says railway. I'm not sure though. The beast was measured at a total 40 meters. It is believed that bodies gathered during the war. I can't see that. And so probably just saying that it ate bodies during the war, I'm guessing, causing it to reach unbelievable size. That looks like it says cult activity. I can't see it from here. Okay, let me see. Can I make this? Let's not do. We'll just do this. Yeah, I still can't. Yeah, like it might say cult activities. I'm looking at my other, like where my recording is, and it's a lot clearer to me, and that says cult activities. So a 40-meter meat snake, 40 meters. God dang, that is scary. Oh wait, let me. So a 40-meter meat snake, dude.
War or plague, it can greatly surpass this length.
That's crazy. That's
The
crazy.
meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake.
Once again, with the crawl, they did not specify dead animals. I don't think so. I could be wrong. They might specify decomposing, so I might be wrong, and I can accept that if I'm wrong. But if they didn't, just interesting. There'll be the last time I bring it up. Okay, I might be wrong.
Is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism.
It is unable to consume a
The meat
healthy
snake allocates
organism.
its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby.
That is nasty.
This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name.
So maybe it
Once
is
it
kind of
locates
based like
the
maybe
corpse,
I don't know.
The meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible.
Wait, does it want to break it down?
The remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat.
Wait. So it eats something. It almost like it basically decays everything it doesn't need, but it keeps the meat of stuff and it doesn't poop it out. It literally just keeps it. It's like it just adds it onto itself.
Snake.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted.
There we go.
Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own.
That
Each
is
meat
crazy.
snake has its own skull. Each
What is this? Okay. Bird, right? I'm guessing like a pigeon. Probably not a pigeon, but a bird because of the beak. Is that a rhino? This is terrifying. That is a human right there, guaranteed.
Corresponding to
I
what
don't
that
like
one
that.
has consumed.
I don't like that.
During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years.
God dang.
The meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to
Why
its
though?
preserving chemicals.
It's like just a whole bunch of
The
meat. Why
only
would it?
significant ways
Why would it not have predators? That's interesting. It's nothing but meat. So if anything were to eat it, literally it's like a buffet for them. So it's weird that they don't have any predators. And it can't fight back.
the meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
Okay.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only
Dude,
member of
I
the
don't
Carnis
like
family
that.
is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size and is in the
What are they gonna do?
conditions to
Freaking cut itself in
it will
half?
commence mitosis,
You have to be
splitting
kidding me.
itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two
I
distinct
don't like
organisms.
that.
Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too
Okay. Yeah, I live in Arizona, so I feel like I'm good. I feel like I'm good.
cold.
But not
Their
really.
population depends entirely
Dude,
on
look
the
how
amount of corpses
big that is.
available. Where there is death,
That's still
there are
big.
meat snakes.
Where there's death, there is the meat
Humanity will
snake.
use them to our advantage.
Not a human, dude.
Meat snakes
I'm still
are a very
saying it.
efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid
I get
within
that's
the
true.
meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat
So, if digestive stuff killed all the Vivas,
snakes in butcher
That's
shops
interesting.
in a waste bin, dispose roads.
that's kind of
We
cool.
then war on the battlefield.
I
to
like the way
dispose of
I like the
festering-
way that they include the things into like actual life. It's not like, oh well, they always hide so no one ever sees them. No, butchers use them. They use them for roadkill and war bodies. To take care of war bodies. That is kind of scary.
bodies and parts. And
Cool,
within
scary,
search to
though.
dispose of deceased
And they're in
animals.
zoos, of course. They are. Why wouldn't they be? Of course.
They are extremely tame.
Oh,
not
that
caring
is
if
that
any
doesn't look
creatures
tame.
around
That,
them.
this is extremely tame. You look at this. Do you think this will attack you? Well, don't worry. They're extremely tame.
Only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall,
Wow.
meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So it's not coating it. It's not like when it has a skull. The skull. Look at the like you actually see. Look at that's the eye, or maybe that's because it's the skull's eye. So maybe they don't have eyes. But it doesn't like put the whole. It doesn't like wrap its face around the skull. The skull still sticks out. That's
itself.
yucky.
It is an amazing
I don't like that.
experience to encounter one.
I don't like
as
that.
long as you don't mind the smell.
Yeah, the smell.
Our next creature is the mimic.
Okay. We're gonna do this will probably be the last one of this episode. And then we'll do all of these in the next episode. Yeah. We're already at 37 minutes, but let's do this. They're gonna show up again. Okay. Ooh, and we got a good shot. After being stranded at sea, so they're talking about the young prince. The young prince eventually was cast to an island. Injured, the prince stumbled his way into a nearby cave. Yoink, yoink, yoink. The prince used what magic he could to put himself into a healing sleep. Okay, so let's piece together stuff. All right, we'll finish this to make sure that's the last thing. Then we'll converse as a group. And let me. Okay. Here, I'll put it at something interesting. We'll put it near a interesting picture. Oh, we talk. Okay, we'll talk during this. So we have the crawl, which is basically meat plant, and it seems to be the beginning of all this because it seems like everything comes off of the crawl. They do, even though eventually they can turn into multiple meat snakes. The first meat snakes come from the crawl. Trimming, which are freaking skin raccoons or whatever they call them, also come from the crawl. I don't know. There's so much like information to gather. And then you have a prince that gets lost at sea and now you find the cave. What does that mean? We have no idea. But crawl, meat plant, trimming, skinned raccoon with 6 arms or 6 legs that can be different sizes, look entirely different. I don't know, just different, I guess. And then you have a meat snake that feeds off of dead stuff. And this dude, I don't trust this. He's gonna be mean. Like, it's so odd. Look at that. Look at that build. I thought this was gonna be evil. This is definitely gonna be evil. I can tell you that right now. But we're gonna say that for next video. And as always, wait, before I do that, if you guys like this content, make sure to let me know. If you guys want to discuss, if y'all disagree with any of my feelings about this, bro, go in the comments. I promise you I will respond. So make sure to leave some comments down there. But as always, if you like, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. If any way I can improve my content, let me know down there in the comment section below. And I'll see all you lovely people on the flip side. Peace out.
Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by.